Suprabhatam, Suswagatam. Samarasya Shloka Sangraha. Bringing unity, the common features in all streams of yoga. Unity in diversity is the key essence of our Indian culture. When a person from outside the country comes and visits India, they find bewildering diversity. Everything is different here. The languages are different, people are different, dresses are different, streets are different, and languages are different. And there is no single book like Bible or Quran. There is no single prophet like Christ or Muhammad. Large number of scriptures and gods and goddesses in abundance, and naturally they get confused. Unless you understand the underlying unity, you will not be able to understand Indian culture. Whereas normally in the Western things, we have everything is common. There is a single prophet, there is a single book, almost the same language, and when you go to the United States, you have the residential area and you have the business area, and you have the same McDonald's, same Pizza Huts, same KFCs, and you have the same taste everywhere, standardized, and it becomes very easy to understand. So that helped in mass production, in industry and others. Why this diversity? Why this confusion? Because our ancient seers and yoga masters found that every person is different. Though we have three main dimensions, tamas, rajas and sattva, the three personality traits, it varies. The percentage of tamas, rajas and sattva varies. So one person may have 30% tamas, 40% rajas and 30% sattva. But another person may have 60% sattva, 20% rajas, 20% tamas. It varies from person to person. Therefore, recognizing this diversity in all our personalities, our ancient seers find that we must have different paths given to them, various yoga paths. Therefore, the four main streams, Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, have been prescribed. A person may work with the intellect, Jnana Yoga. A person may work with the willpower, that is the Raja Yoga. A person may work with the emotions, to gain mastery over the emotions, to the Bhakti Yoga. Or a person may be very good in action. He can convert every action into a yoga. And that is how each person can choose either of these four streams. And Swami Vivekananda said, choose any one of them, work or worship, philosophy or psychic control, or two of them, or three of them, or all of them. But the goal is same. What is the goal? And be free, he said. So freedom, the highest freedom, is the goal of all yoga. And that's called moksha. Moksha is the term used for infinite freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from all our tensions and stresses. Freedom from all our diseases. Freedom from all our bondages. Bondage of the mind, slavery of the intellect, slavery of the emotions, and the bondage of the body. Can you overcome all these bondages? That is the state of perfection. I call our ancient seers as the most ambitious people of the world. If they had all the wealth of the world, they say, no, we are not satisfied. They become not the ministers or the prime ministers or the president, but the emperor of the whole world. Hey, this is very small, nothing. We want nothing but infinite knowledge, infinite power, infinite freedom, infinite bliss. And that is the moksha. So therefore I call them the most ambitious people. Whether it was possible, the people went into such great heights. How to do that? They developed this systematic method to transform themselves from over their normal level to become great human beings, superhuman beings, divine human beings, and reach that ultimate, the moksha itself. And we had such great examples. And Hanuman was one such. He was a combination of all. And he was a bhakta, the supreme, emotional mastery. And he took to the dasya bhava, and a great devotee of Sri Rama, and charged himself with Ramanama continuously and reached the highest heights. Therefore, every day during this Maitrimilan, we chant the Hanuman Chalisa. There, the qualities have been described of Hanuman. What he reached, the highest stages of advanced yoga, Ashtasiddhi, all powers he had, Anima, Mahima, Garima, Prakamya, every of the 8 supernatural powers. He can make his body very small, like a small atom. He can make the body huge like a mountain. He can go with the speed of mind. When he has to bring the special medicinal plant to enliven Lakshmana before the sun rises, so Sheshna has said, yes, you have to bring this from the Himalaya. When he went there, he could not locate that particular medicinal plant. So what he brought? He brought the whole Sanjeevani Parvata itself. Could you ever imagine? We had such great masters. We had Agastya, one of the greatest siddhas from Tamil Nadu. He just drank the whole ocean, and the ocean became empty. Is it ever possible to think of that? Such are the great masters who lived in our country. And therefore it is possible to reach the highest heights, has been shown by examples. And how to reach that? Any of the 4 streams. But normally, when you don't understand the common features of these different streams of yoga, you get confused. What is that underlying unity? You have to understand. Then, whatever path you choose, there is the common factors that are emerging within us. So what are those common features? Has been brought forth very nicely in the Samarasya Shloka Sangraha. In the beginning, who are the people who are eligible? Who are the people who come into this line? Chaturvidha bhajante mam. Artho jignasarartharthi gnani cha bharatarshava said. Artha, a person who is in great distress, suffering from various ailments. Now he is diagnosed as cancer and he is shattered. When you get such diseases, such shattering blows in life, and you have invested a lot of money, your share market collapses, and you are a billionaire, and you have just become less than 100 rupees. You are shattered. When such calamities occur, when arthata comes, then what do? You turn towards God. In Kannada there is a proverb, Sankata Bandaga Venkataramana, it is said. When you get this pain, agony, then you think of God. The first category of people. Jignasu, a person is curiosity oriented. They never bothered about yoga. But Swami Ramdev started courses early morning, And when he said we had to start the class at 5 o'clock in the morning, everybody said, how can people come at 5 o'clock? Those who want to come for my class, they have to come at 5 o'clock. Not hundreds, thousands, 50,000 people coming, for the classes. He's brought to the mass in the whole country. And people were fascinated. Then people who did not know anything about yoga, people were skeptics. They never bothered about spirituality and others. They never believed in all Swamijis and other people. Why so many people are going? 50,000 people, 40,000 people coming. Let me also go there and see. Curiosity oriented. Artho, Jignasu, Artharthi. Third category of people. Business mind. Always they look at everything by business. They moved towards IT. IT brought tremendous amount of dividends. Why we should do engineering and then medicine and spend 15 years, 18 years to get good money? I will just go for one BSc, computer science, and then I can join a IT company. I will join Infosys or Wipro. I can make 50,000, 1 lakh. So, it's always business. But now the IT is down. Therefore, what to do? They are moving towards yoga. From IT to YT, yoga therapy. It's always business minded. How to make good money out of this? Use all their talents and management techniques and develop yoga as a franchise and spread everywhere and make lakhs and lakhs. It's called Artharthi. And the fourth type is a Gnani, person who is search of reality. Modern scientists who look for the reality, search for reality. So these are the 4 categories of people who come to be said. So in this is embedded the 4 streams of yoga. A person through the Gnana Yoga and the intellect search for reality. And the Bhakta comes to the path of emotions, Artha. And Jignasu, curiosity oriented, Raja Yoga. And Artharthi, Rajasic dimension, Karma Yoga. So 4 streams, they all come. They are all welcome. Krishna said, don't belittle them. Just they come for business, don't say they are bad. They are all well. Sukrutina te janaha. They are all good people, let them come. For whatever direction they want to come, let them come here. Once they come, they will realize the truth. Many people criticize, you should not make yoga a franchise. But look at what Krishna says, so magnanimous. Artharthi also is welcome. You can make good money out of that. You come here. Because compared to other people who are making money by drug peddling or by terrorism or by selling large number of negative things, compared to them they are a lot better. Let them come here. Then once they come here, what happens? They understand the real realm of yoga. Initially people thought, okay, yoga is some sort of only a physical exercise, bending the body to the front or the back or the side or the left or the right or inverted postures, and all types of distortions of the body they thought is yoga. And everybody started their own different yoga franchise, and the hot yoga gradually became dog yoga, rat yoga, and what yoga, And as they start going further and further, they start understanding not just only this, there is something else. We have been practicing the only asana, is it all, or is there something more? Then they start coming to the higher realm. This is how they start growing, coming from the normal level to become great human beings. Then they start understanding. And what is the key essence of all the streams of yoga? Yoga Vasishtha is a grand text on yoga. Vasishtha Mahamuni wrote that. Just like Patanjali wrote Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Yoga Vasishtha was written by great yoga master called Vasishtha. Vasishtha Mahamuni, great Rishi. And what he says, Anudinam tanutvam yati, arishadvargani. what is the sure progress of progress, sure progress, what are the qualities which tells you that you are on the right path. Day by day, your 6 enemies are going to come down in your system. What are the 6 enemies? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Anger, greed, jealousy, hatred, infatuation, arrogance. 6 enemies. They are violent emotions within us. When all these things start coming down, you can be assured that you are on the right path. Whether you are doing asana, pranayama, mudras, bandhas, kriyas, or you are doing Gnana Yoga, Raj Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, if you find this is happening, then you are on the right path. These are the common factors. So whatever yoga you are practicing, whatever yoga you are learning and adopting in your life, if your anger goes on increasing day by day, then you are doing ayoga, not yoga. Similarly, if your jealousy is increased, your selfishness increases, and greed and jealousy and hatred, infatuation all increase, then you are not doing really yoga dimension. So this is the test that has been given as the measuring tool to see whether you are going in the right direction or not. Then when you start going further, all your positive dimensions start coming up. You become healthier day by day. You prevent diseases, and you start sharing, giving more and more to others than what you receive. You become less and less selfish. You try to help others, take care of your family, take care of your village, take care of your city, take care of your state, take care of your country, and work for the good of the entire society, the whole world. If this is happening, you are on the right path. On the other hand, you become greedy, everything for me, nothing for others, cut others, beat others, terrorize others, make your money. You become a millionaire, you become a billionaire, you become a trillionaire. Don't care how you do that, all types of scams. You are on the wrong path. This is the Asuri Sampad developing. Therefore, Daivi Sampad start growing in you, then you are on the right path of yoga. It has been said. Therefore, reduction of the Asuri Sampad and development of the Daivi Sampad starts coming up. Then your mind starts calming down. And you are more and more calm, peaceful, with silence inside. Normally what is happening in our entire education system, we are trying to speed up the mind. Faster mind, quicker mind, brilliant mind, sharper mind, creative mind, faster. And what happens? In the beginning, you start increasing your efficiency. Therefore, you are all thrilled about it. Yes, I want to do that. But once you go further, after some time, efficiency starts coming down. Excessive speed of mind, uncontrolled speed of the mind. And that is the root cause for all these modern NCDs. Whether it's hypertension or heart problem, epilepsy or migraine, irritable bowel syndrome or cancer and AIDS, it is the uncontrolled speed of the mind. What happens? You start losing sleep. Tension and stresses mount up, and your mind goes haywire. So what is to be done? You have to see that you learn how to calm down the mind, silence the mind, tranquil the mind. Unfortunately, our entire education system is not geared to the second dimension at all. Earlier in our country, we used to have the Gurukula system in which all children are made to sit and meditate continuously. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. Staying in that silence and calmness for 3 hours was well trained for our students. And when the Britishers came to India, then they completely changed this entire education system. And they brought the English education system. I was wondering, why did they do this? Because they thought there are only 2 states of the mind. One, a very brilliant mind, very sharp mind, intelligent mind, creative mind, fast mind. Another is a lazy mind, lethargic mind, slowness, dullness, and silent. Therefore, they said when you are sitting in meditation, hey, don't become lazy. Get up and be active. And don't just sit like this. Don't be lazy, lethargic. That's why they completely changed the entire education system. Not only in India, but in UK, and USA, everywhere the education system developed only this thing. And sitting quiet, sitting calmness, sitting tranquility and meditation was all thought to be laziness, lethargy, drowsiness and tamas. For the first time in the history, 1970s, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi brought the real dimension of yoga. You are wrong. There are 3 stages of the mind. One is your tamas, laziness, lethargy, drowsiness, sleepiness, mental retardation. Second, you have an active mind, brilliant mind, sharper mind, creative mind, faster mind, faster mind. Then third is a calm mind, a silent mind, a tranquil mind. The third. And he brought this through meditation. Transcendental meditation became order of the day. And he showed, when you go into this meditation, all your capacities are going to increase. You are not going to become lazy or mentally retarded in that process. In the whole process, you are going to see that your brilliance increases, sharpness increases, and your creativity increases, and your brain starts developing all through wonderful scientific research. Dr. Benson in Harvard University, and they produced large number of research papers on transcendental meditation, 800 research papers showing the benefits of transcendental meditation. And all the countries started adopting TM everywhere and started learning that process of transcendence, of silencing the mind. This is what's going to happen. When you start growing, you will find that you gain 2 wings for your growth. One is a sharper mind, a brilliant mind, faster mind. Another is a calm mind, a silent mind, tranquil mind, meditative mind. So Krishna says, Shanaihi, Shanaihi, Uparamet, Buddhya, Dhrutigruhitaya, Atmasamstam Manakrutva, Nakinchidapi Chintayet, says. So these are the dimensions that start coming up. So the common features of this is the silencing of the mind take place. So all of us, since we are born and bred up in our modern education system, should start harnessing this power to slow down the mind, tranquil the mind, silence the mind. Without that, you are lost. Then comes the next dimension of expansion of the mind to a higher level of consciousness. This is called samadhi. This is called God realization. This is called the realization. And here the mind jumps into a higher level of consciousness. And this higher level consciousness is a one in which you become tremendously happy. Great bliss starts emerging, and knowledge starts developing, the creativity starts developing, and all things in a quantum jump, it starts coming up. And it is here that you reach into the next level of superhuman heights. Sri Aurobindo was in the prison. He is a great poet. He had wonderful capacities. He was writing poems after poems. Every day, 1 page, he would write poems, and he would correct it and edit it. Beautifully, he started writing. But then he started meditating. He started doing pranayam, slowing down of the breath, calming down of the mind, went on sitting in meditation. And one day he had that wonderful expansion, explosion inside, as it says, and the samadhi. And he was so very happy, so blissful. What the result? He started writing every day, 10 pages, 20 pages, he started writing. And fantastic poetry, and some fantastic prose. But for that tremendous capacity he got, he could not have brought that wonderful book of Savitri, which became an English model. And he wrote such huge volumes in these things. So when you get into the highest stage of things, automatically your poetry, prose and your creativity develops tremendously. And you have all the knowledge that start coming up. Therefore, our ancient seers said this is the right way of education. What you have to do? You have to sow and stay in silence for longer and longer time. And you get all the powers. This is a new technology in the education system that we have to bring forth. Therefore here, whether you do asana or pranayama or mudras, bandhas, kriyas, om meditation, cyclic meditation, you must learn how to go to that silence more and more. Stay there longer and longer, and stay completely in that silence, and day will come you get explosion. getting the glimpse of samadhi. That's the common feature. From then you come to the advanced yoga, in which you have all the powers start coming up. Anima, Mahima, Garima, Prakamya, all these things start coming up, and you purify more and more, and go to the higher and higher levels of samadhi, higher and higher states of realization, and you start overcoming all the limitations of the body and the slavery, and you start getting dimensions, and ultimately you reach that perfection, that pure consciousness, that is infinite bliss, infinite knowledge, infinite power, infinite freedom. And this is the whole journey. Through whatever path you take, that is the goal. And these are all different paths. You can choose any one, two, or all these things. That is how our Swami Vivekananda brought his wonderful common features, and that's what has been enshrined in these 18 verses that we chanted in the Samarasya Shloka Sangraha. So let us contemplate on these thoughts. Sit straight with the eyes closed. Relax all parts of the body from toes to head. Beautiful smile on the face. Keep the smile throughout, because to be happy is our birthright. To be blissful is our birthright. We are all born of that Anandamaya Kosha. Keep that happiness. Particularly when our YIC batch people are returning to their homes, please carry this great message given by our ancient seers. To be happy all the time is our birthright. Instill that calmness, peace, tranquility, and blissful awareness in the deeper layers of the mind. And do all activities. Yogastaha kuru karmani, it is said. Look at the thoughts. Thoughts come and go. Take a deep breath and slowly breathe out. The thoughts will slow down. Recognize the laws that govern the thoughts. Srishti Sthiti Laya. Thoughts come and they vanish. Another thought comes, gets created, gets sustained for a short millionth of a second and vanishes. Recognize the gap between the two thoughts. That is silence. So in our meditation, recognize thought, silence, thought, silence. Go a little deeper. You can recognize silence all through. Huge field of silence. In the silence, the thoughts come and go, like clouds come and go in the sky. Observe that. That silence was there, is there, and will be there. That's beyond space, time, causation. We have to anchor ourselves to this silence. And the secret is that silence is bliss. That's our Anandamaya Kosha. Tuning ourselves to our Anandamaya Kosha and doing all activities is the Karma Yoga, converting every action into a yoga. That's how we grow from unreality to reality, darkness to light, from mortality to immortality, and to spread that wonderful, blissful thing to everyone. Come to Namaskara Mudra. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramayah. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschid dukkha